When we were attending PAC, they were announcing about Irise, and they're looking for places to house refugees. We have a guest house, and we made the decision between the two of us, this is something we want to do. We want to be able to offer that.
This house kind of dropped into our lap. You know, this had just come on the market. We never had any, grand plan or any design as to, oh, we're going to house refugees there. Irise is an interfaith refugee assistance community group, if you will. Because it's interfaith, we partner with, of course, Christians, with Jews, with Muslims, and that's really kind of the essence of how, from our experience, how the Afghan family that came to live with us, how it was more than just a house. It was an entire community coming together to support them. So for our family, it was mom, dad, and their little daughter. Knew no one, could not understand or speak the language, and had just the clothes that they were wearing on their back.
And Tim and I said, sure, let's do it, and we explained to the girls, this is gonna be a big transition. We're gonna have them living here.
Just because we're from different parts of the world, miles and miles away from each other, doesn't mean we're any different. God loves us all the same, so we should love them all the same.
We're different in some ways, but we can connect to each other and be friends.
And the moment she walked into our home, she just burst into tears and started praying. I think she just felt so relieved that she had a place that was safe and stable, and okay, I'm not living in a tent, or I'm not living in a army base. I have a space with my family. I have a space with my family. We have people who were bringing them to doctor's appointments, bringing them to ESL. Boyd was picking up the Afghan father and bringing him to work consistently once a week.
So driving him to work was just kind of a simple thing for me to do, but it meant everything to him. First of all, it's hard even to get a job when you first come here as a refugee. So if you have a job, you want to be faithful at it. And he's got almost no way to get to work if we don't help him to get there. Yeah, and you have to understand that there is so much more of refugee needs, and there's so much more that our church is doing for this refugee. I mean, we're the ones trying to find him work. We have to house him. He's got to get his kids in school. He's got to have medical appointments. He's got to get his Social Security card. He's got to get permanent housing down. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that have to be done. All I'm doing is driving the guy, right? And I'm not even driving him every day. So it's just this little thing, but it doesn't get done if I don't do it, right? Just do what you can. I couldn't do a lot of things, but I can drive him to work.
They ended up moving out about 3 to 4 weeks after the baby arrived. And when they moved into their new home, they had nothing. They had no furniture, because they moved into here, which is fully furnished for them. So moving into their new home, they had nothing for themselves. No dishes, no silverware, no furniture. And God used Hearts and Homes.
I am the ministry leader for Hearts and Homes, which is a ministry of Princeton Alliance Church that furnishes fresh starts. So we work with the Refugee Resettlement Ministry at PAC and with some of the advocacy partners in the community like Interfaith Rise. And we come alongside the family and furnish their home for them. It's a privilege and an honor to walk alongside these families. Their situations are so diverse and sometimes so incredibly difficult. And there truly are days when you get in your car and you cry on the way home, because the circumstances that they have experienced have been devastating and brutal. And to be invited into their story, it's such a privilege. And if we can provide them with even the smallest amount of care and joy and hope, then we've done what we've been called to do.
And so the love of Jesus was shown just time and time again by people choosing to say, I know I'm really busy, but I'm gonna choose to stop over and take 2 hours out of my day. I mean, there's just so many stories of people coming alongside this family.
It's almost a year after they left Afghanistan. Dad has a job. Mom has given birth to a beautiful baby boy. They have their own townhouse that they rent that was furnished by Hearts and Homes. Mom now can make herself understood through English. Right? We don't always have to use a translator. And Dad is hard at work providing for his family. And their kids are beautiful, they're growing up. The daughter, who if she was still in Afghanistan would not be allowed in school, is getting ready for school. So just life-changing.
Our neighbors matter, whether your neighbor's a refugee or not. And your story can interact and intersect with someone else's story to create the next chapter, the next step for someone. And it will change your heart and it will change their heart. Even if it's one simple act of kindness or a very, very deep step into something that is unknown and unfamiliar to you. Because either way, it's worth it.